What's up, everyone? In today's video, we've got a few topics to talk about, but I'll ensure I'll tie it all together. Crypto is in an all-out frenzy, and that's all thanks to the actions of Gary Gensler. However, things are about to change really soon, and we might witness the move of the century. In the stock world, the Walton family, owners of Walmart, just sold off $401,327,000 plus worth of stocks in the last 4 days. That's a huge red flag. This information was shared in a tweet by Santa Trump. Does the Walton family know what's coming? Anyway, I wouldn't be too worried about the stock market because there's usually a lot of insider trading going on. The crypto market, on the other hand, has also had its fair share of surprises and market movements. Most people follow the news to the last detail, but when it comes to the financial market, it's best to follow the paper trail. Now, why? Because that's where the truth is. Whatever you hear in the news is largely false because they are trying to create liquidity and stop you, the average trader, from making money in the markets. Case in point, the SEC has declared war on the crypto world, throwing lawsuits in every direction. If you were to follow the headlines, I'm sure that you would believe that the crypto world is the Wild West. But what's actually happening behind the curtains? BlackRock, one of the largest asset management firms, has over $8 trillion in assets, is heavily buying Bitcoin. And here's a tweet by Travis that talks about that. He says, just in, BlackRock, one of the largest asset management companies in the world with over $8 trillion in assets, is now investing largely into Bitcoin. Last year, they made large investments into crypto, but backed off some after the SEC went after some crypto companies. Now, they're putting a lot in stake in Bitcoin. What do they know that we don't? So as they scare you from entering the crypto market, they are buying. Did you know that while the SEC is busy suing Binance and Coinbase, BlackRock and the biggest banks in the U.S. silently bought record amounts of Bitcoin? These banks buying Bitcoin in Q1 2023 include BlackRock, Bank of America, Fidelity. What do they know? Looking at the largest holders of MicroStrategy MSTR stock, we can see some big banks have been buying huge amounts of MicroStrategy in Q1 2023. Yep, that's the same MicroStrategy MSTR that's the largest institutional holder of Bitcoin, owning 140,000 Bitcoin. That's worth over $3 billion. This makes us wonder. With the recent SEC lawsuits and Operation Choke Point 2.0, why are these banks buying stocks correlated to the Bitcoin price? Considering there's no EFT in the US, buying MicroStrategy is the easiest way for some US investors to get exposure to the price of Bitcoin. Let's dive deeper. It seems that they just bought it all at once. More importantly, even the Canadian investors are also jumping onto this. We can also see that the sixth largest bank in Canada has purchased over $500,000 worth of MicroStrategy stock in 2023. The important question we should be exploring is, why are all these banks doing this in early 2023? The Bitcoin price is down 60%. So as everyone gets confused with the news and the negative press around crypto, the big banks are buying in. That makes me question the true motive of the regulatory body going after crypto. Why do they do this now? Especially when it comes to going after big names, such as Coinbase. Here's another interesting tweet on the same. It's time for Ripple, Binance, and Coinbase to crush the SEC. These three entities need to join forces to bring down the SEC because the regulatory body is not acting accordingly in the crypto world. In other news, Binance US filed a response on the SEC's temporary restraining order on their bank accounts. Thankfully, Binance US is moving in an incredibly fast pace, and we should expect the end of this war against the SEC and Binance. However, anyone with half a brain should have already removed their crypto from all exchanges and stored them in cold wallets. That's just for your own safety. Binance could go down, but the rest of crypto will still remain standing. So even though the SEC is going after Binance and Coinbase, we don't expect the crypto world to disappear. Granted, we could witness a meltdown in the crypto market, but that's just it. That said, don't store your cryptos in exchanges. That's an outright bad idea. Just in, the judge allows Binance to continue operating as usual. U.S. assets will not be frozen. Binance must file a list of businesses' expenses. The judge also ordered Binance and the SEC to reach an agreement to secure U.S. assets. Breaking SEC versus Binance hearing, judge does not enter SEC's requested asset freeze order. Judge encourages parties to try to come to an agreed compromise order and report back on Thursday. The judge apparently caught on that there was no actual emergency. I am told that the judge pressed the SEC lawyers on whether they had any actual evidence of Binance U.S. customer assets being moved overseas. They had none. Round 1 to Binance and CZ Binance. Another one from Metal Lawman. It sounds like the hearing in the SEC Binance went even worse for the SEC than I had heard. According to CoinDesk, the judge hammered the SEC attorneys about their intransigence on the freeze order. The judge was also frustrated by the SEC's inability to answer the simple question of whether U.S. customer assets have been transferred overseas. The judge said, "It's stunning that I've asked each of you SEC attorneys this." And as history has it, even though the SEC clearly might not have the evidence, they are likely to go after CZ. And CZ is also preparing for this to happen. That's because Binance has already gone ahead and hired a criminal defense lawyer. More importantly, according to this tweet by John Reed, the SEC might have already filed a criminal indictment against Binance. So be ready and get your crypto off Binance before it's too late. Now this tweet, it's quite long, but I'll highlight the most important bits. Looking ahead, the SEC states in its memorandum of support that it has also been widely reported that Binance and Zhao are under investigation by criminal authorities in the United States. The SEC is obviously working with criminal prosecutors and FBI agents, but reveals no other information. Neither the CFTC or SEC case intensely focus on money laundering. In my humble opinion, that is the prosecutorial space that has been carved out and reserved for a U.S. Department of Justice criminal prosecution relating to Binance. My take is that the U.S. DOJ is working with the SEC, the CFTC, and multiple informants and whistleblowers, and the next axe to fall is the filing or unsealing of Binance-related criminal charges. Fail not at your peril. If that doesn't show you that Binance is on the verge of collapse, then I don't know what else will. Stay safe. Get your cryptos off exchanges and always trade safely, guys. Thanks as always for watching. Couldn't be here without you. Don't forget to like this video and please click on that subscribe button below. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. Thanks again, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next Money Side.